Joining us on WION World is one TK Ramachandran, the Secretary of India's Ministry of Ports and Shipping. Sir, the India-Russia Eastern Maritime Corridor essentially connects India's eastern seaboard ports with Russia's far east. It's already operational. Tell us more.
Yeah, the Eastern Maritime Corridor is already operational, but over the last couple of years, since there were high-level talks between India, the Honorable Prime Ministers under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, and the Russian government, this EMC has now taken steam. I mean, it has gathered steam, and we are hoping that over the next few years, the corridor will become much more vibrant, will grow much faster, and that we will achieve something like $50 billion worth of imports and exports.
Okay, so what kind of commodities are we talking about primarily when it comes to bilateral trade?
There are 5 major commodities. One is, of course, crude oil, the other is LNG, then there is fertilizer, then there is steel, and then containers. These are the commodities that are being looked at, and there are a lot of promise each of these sectors holds.
So how many ports are we looking at on the Indian Eastern Seaboard?
See, though this workshop today is being held in Chennai, we are looking at all the major as well as the non-major ports on the Eastern Seaboard.
So as you increase trade like this, it will also mean that you will have to scale up capability in a commensurate manner in Indian ports. Tell us more, please.
So the idea is that as the trade grows, the infrastructure will have to be developed. Already we have excess capacity, so the capacity is not an issue. Then also policies will have to be framed accordingly, and every port is looking at a range of commodities. So some of them have certain infrastructure which might be required for additional commodities. For instance, if one port is handling crude at the moment and they want to handle containers, they might have to add to the infrastructure. Apart from this, there is also the question of vessels. What kind of vessels will be required, and what the institutional arrangements that are required for this, and like I said, the policies that are required. So the entire gamut of activities that are required to make this EMC successful, they will be addressed.
So what kind of savings in terms of cost and fuel and time can we look at with regards to the Eastern Maritime Corridor?
So the savings in time are about 40%. It's about 40 days if you go by the Western Corridor. It's about 25 or 24 days if you go by the Eastern Corridor. So that's about 40% savings in time. Similarly, the distance traveled, if you see, that is about 8,600 nautical miles. This is about 6,600 nautical miles. So there is saving in terms of distance. Therefore, there is savings in fuel and costs. So this is a substantial savings.